This mother tragically passed away while giving birth to her beautiful baby, but what her husband did next was truly unexpected. This is the story of Evelyn Alvarez and her husband Andrew, who lived in Cancun, Mexico. After a visit to the hospital, they received the joyful news that they were expecting a baby. The couple was overjoyed, as this would be their first child. They vowed to do everything possible to ensure a safe delivery. Andrew was dedicated to his wife's health, making sure she never missed a single doctor's appointment. At 4 months pregnant, the couple went to the hospital for Evelyn's routine scan, eager to check on their baby girl's progress. Upon arriving at Hospital Americano in Mexico, they entered the maternity clinic with bright smiles, full of hope for good news. After the sonographer performed an ultrasound scan on the pregnant mom, she was surprised by what she saw on her screen. Could this be happening? How is this even possible? She whispered in shock. Then, she went silent for a long time. Evelyn and her husband became very worried at this point. The fact that the health professional wasn't saying anything made them even more nervous. What could be wrong? They thought. Just then, the doctor called in her colleagues to observe the situation. She wanted to be sure she wasn't daydreaming. She had never seen anything like this before. The expectant mom couldn't bear the anguish any longer. Through her tears, she asked the doctor what was wrong with her baby. "Please tell me, what is wrong with my little one? Has she developed a fatal condition or stopped breathing?" After a long pause, the doctor told the couple what the problem was. She revealed that their baby was twice the size of a regular baby. Andrew and his wife were in disbelief. They weren't sure how to react, as they didn't know whether this was good or bad news. The doctors tried to keep them calm, assuring them that more tests would be conducted to see how to control the baby's abnormal growth. Unfortunately, despite carrying out different tests and treatments, there was little they could do to help the situation. The baby continued to grow out of proportion, and within a short time, Evelyn's tummy became too big for a woman carrying just one child. When her doctors conducted more scans, they discovered that all of Evelyn's organs were being compressed, causing more complications. At this moment, Andrew was extremely worried. Of course, he wanted his baby delivered safely, but he was more concerned about his wife. Without a doubt, she was the love of his life, and if he had to choose between her and the baby, he would choose her in a heartbeat. He believed they could have more children in the future, so he was open to the idea of terminating the pregnancy. However, Evelyn didn't share his feelings. All she could think about was what they could do to ensure their daughter was born. From the moment she found out she was pregnant, she had loved her baby and wouldn't let anything or anyone harm her. One day, she had a heated argument with her husband. "I will have this baby, Andrew, even if I have to do it alone. I will do everything I can to ensure our baby is born strong and healthy. I know you don't want to lose me, but you shouldn't be suggesting abortion. She is our daughter, and we should be focused on keeping her alive, not on letting her go. I believe God will see me through this pregnancy," she said, tears streaming down her face. Despite suffering from many complications, Evelyn remained committed to defending her baby's life. A few weeks later, she was admitted to the hospital so the doctors could monitor her closely. After 32 weeks of pregnancy, Evelyn went into labor. She wanted to deliver her baby naturally, but the doctors told her that wasn't possible due to the baby's size. They believed she wouldn't survive a natural delivery. Instead, they prepared the delivery room where she would have a cesarean section. Just before the surgery, Evelyn screamed for her husband, who was standing outside the emergency room. She wanted him to be with her through the process. Andrew was terrified of losing his precious wife, but he knew she needed him at that moment, so he walked into the delivery room. When he saw her, his world came crashing down. He could see she was in terrible pain and discomfort. Just before she was sedated, Evelyn said to him, "My love, promise me that if anything goes wrong, you will love and care for our baby as much as I do." At that moment, Andrew tried hard to hold back his tears. He couldn't imagine the possibility of losing his sweetheart, and he found it difficult to say anything. Evelyn kept her eyes on him as the anesthesia began to take effect. Suddenly, everything around her went dark, and she fell asleep. Then, Dr. Lawrence and his medical team performed the delivery. Even though Andrew stayed in the room, he couldn't look at the doctors as they operated on his wife. He kept praying, hoping she was okay. God, please keep her safe. I can't bear losing her. No, she means the world to me. I don't know what I'd do without her, he whispered in fear. The doctors did their best to ensure everything went smoothly. Unfortunately, as they were delivering the large baby, Evelyn suffered severe complications. She struggled to breathe, and the doctors noticed she was losing a lot of blood rapidly. They focused all their attention on saving Evelyn, but despite fighting with all her strength, it wasn't enough. With her baby still in the room, Evelyn passed away. She never even got to hold her child. Andrew noticed the doctor's somber expressions and became very anxious. He rushed to Dr. Lawrence and said, "Please, doctor, what's happening? Is my wife okay?" His hands and feet trembled as he asked. When the doctor told him what had happened, Andrew lost control. Hugging his deceased wife, the devastated man uttered hurtful words toward the baby girl. The nurses had to restrain him and remove him from the room as he was obstructing the delivery. He blamed the little girl for taking his wife away. The doctors were stunned by his reaction, but what happened next was unimaginable. Refusing to see his baby, the 35-year-old told the doctors he wouldn't be taking the child. He walked out of the hospital, abandoning the infant. The doctors were shocked, but they knew they had to care for the baby. The little girl was placed in an NICU where she could grow stronger. For weeks, her father didn't visit her. However, something truly remarkable happened next. As the baby grew healthier, Dr. Lawrence prepared to take her to an orphanage. Just then, he saw a familiar figure walk into the hospital. "Is that not Andrew?" the doctor thought. He was shocked and impressed to see the baby's father. Unlike his last visit, Andrew was smiling and greeted the doctor warmly. He asked to see his baby, and when he did, he asked if he could hold her. Dr. Lawrence gently handed the baby to Andrew. As he cradled his daughter, memories of his wife's last words flooded his mind. Tears streamed down his face as the weight of his absence hit him. "How could I have left you? I'm so sorry. I know I haven't been the father you deserve, but from this day on, I vow to take care of you just as your mom would have. I promise to make her proud," he whispered, gazing deeply into his baby's eyes. Before leaving the hospital with his daughter, Andrew gave her a name. "I'll name you Evelyn Jr. after your mom. You are the new love of my life, and I will cherish you for the rest of my days," he said with a heartfelt smile. This extraordinary story reminds us that life often presents difficult challenges, but we must remain resilient and face them with strength. I'm really keen to know your thoughts on this story, so please don't hesitate to share your insights in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and found it engaging, I invite you to subscribe to our channel for more similar content. Feel free to share this video. Take good care of yourselves, and I'm excited to connect with you in our future videos.